Good evening. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight to recognize and celebrate our winter athletes, coaches, and programs. How about those Raiders? Building on the momentum that was established in the fall, this winter saw Fryeburg Academy claim Western Maine Conference team championships in indoor track and field and alpine skiing, paired with a runner-up finish in Nordic, regional runner-up finishes in indoor track and alpine, a regional semifinal appearance in boys basketball, individual state champions in indoor track and wrestling, along with an all-New England performance in wrestling, and 4 U16 New England qualifiers in Nordic, along with an impressive, and this is more than we've had in recent past, 32 academic all-conference honorees. That level of performance stacks up favorably to any school in the Western Maine Conference and most in the state. You will hear more about these performances and accolades during the evening. However, I want you all to know how proud I am of the manner in which you represent Fryeburg Academy. Collectively, you are great ambassadors of our school. Know that it is recognized and it is appreciated. I also want to reinforce that there is nothing random about your success. It is a product of consistent dedication, hard work, and continuous improvement in pursuit of ambitious goals. That's championship behavior. Let's celebrate your successes this evening and then remain committed to a culture of hard work, allowing us to build upon this inspiring momentum in the days ahead. Before turning things over to our coaches, I need to share a few thank yous. Please hold your applause until all have been acknowledged. First, thanks to Alyssa Harden for her hard work, efficiency, and dedication to Fryeburg athletics. She makes us better, and it's appreciated. Thanks to Briley Young and Tanner Kennett for their tireless efforts in training our athletes. We're fortunate to have them. Thanks to Jess Werner, our athletic trainer, for the care and attention and advice that she provides to our athletes and coaches. Thanks to our maintenance and custodial staff for keeping our facilities ready for training and competition. Thanks to the game day managers such as Bob Polito, Stu Frost, Sue Thurston, Fred App, John Poulin, Chris Dutton, Meg Dyer, Seth Burnell, Lincoln Ela, Jim St. Pierre, and the Gibsons for helping us host efficiently. I think we're good hosts at Fryeburg, and we can all be proud of that. Thanks to the boosters for their concession efforts. Thanks to Joe Manning and Dave Kenny for the school and the school's leadership team for their support of our collective efforts. Thanks to our parent constituency for sharing their daughters and sons with us and supporting all involved. And thanks to our student athletes and coaches for their effort through a really lengthy winter season and being great ambassadors of Fryeburg Academy and Raider athletics. Please join me in a round of applause for all of the aforementioned. We also have a great student section. Now on with season highlights and recognition of award winners. Award winners, once you receive your plaque, please remain on stage and pose for a picture with your coach before heading back to your seat. And tonight, we'll begin with unified basketball. Coach Bartlett, the floor is yours.
All right, good evening. I want to start off by saying thank you to a few people, well, actually many people that make this possible, to John and Alyssa for all the scheduling, to the parents, families, friends, and community for all their sports and the great crowds at the game, to my other coaches who make such a big difference in the lives of these players. We had a really strong turnout this year. Our team just intimidated the other team by the numbers as we walked in the gym. We're so lucky to have so many new participants this year. They grew in basketball skills, but also in friendship skills. Our biggest improvement throughout the season was our defense. We learned how to get our hands up, ready to block the shot, and even snagged a few rebounds along the way. We're very proud of these students for their efforts that they have put in through the season. We had some great games against Lake Region and some really close games with Sockopee. First tie I've ever seen in Unified, and a one-point game. Now I want to take just a minute to talk about our 7 seniors. All 7 of these seniors have played with us all 4 years. I think this is the largest group in any single class that we've ever had. And they were all great leaders, role models, on and off the court. This group and the effort that they put into their teammates went well beyond anything that was on the court. You could see them throughout the day, on the weekends, supporting them in many, many different events. You guys are a very special group, and you're going to leave behind a very big hole to fill. All right, we have 2 Raider plaques to give out this evening. On Unified, we do it a little bit differently. The coaches do not choose. These are chosen by their teammates through a vote that we have. And so the first award this evening, we're going to give to a new player on our team. He has brought a lot of enthusiasm and energy to the court. He has shown that he can be a great competitor, but also a great teammate. He is kind and caring and wants everyone on his team to improve and enjoy the experience. This first award tonight is to Damien. Come on up. And it's Damien's birthday. And our second award tonight is being given to a senior. She is definitely not the most outspoken person on our team, but she is definitely there with her steady support and has been very important to our teammates. She has earned the respect and praise of her teammates, and they all turned to her for leadership and support. So our second award tonight goes to Krista. And we're going to break procedures a little bit this evening and take just a few moments to recognize 2 of our members that have earned their 3-star jackets. So at this time, I'd like to congratulate and ask to come up Seth Hunter and Cheyenne Fox. Thank you.
Great, well done, congratulations. Next up is boys basketball with Coach Thomas.
Hello, everybody. I'm Coach Thomas, and I'm honored to be standing up here to speak on behalf of this special group, the boys basketball program this year. The 2024-2025 boys basketball program had a successful season filled with some great wins and some games that we let get away. But what I loved about this team more than anything was how together they were as a group, not be broken. They showed up excited to practice and filled the gym each day with laughter and energy. They trusted in the process, they trusted in their teammates, and they showed how great a team they could be. Our JV team, run by the incredibly patient Coach Darling, grew a ton from where they started this season. Watching them improve and come together as a team was a lot of fun to watch. Their joy and love for the game was seen in each practice and in every game as they were consistently engaged and excited for their teammates' success. The future is bright in this program thanks to the dedication of these young guys. Our varsity team finished the season with an 11-9 record. They competed every night, and there are certainly more than a few games we would like to have back. But the boys were able to play some of the best team basketball I've had the pleasure of watching since I've been here at Freiburg Academy. This group overcame a tough 4-game losing streak and responded with a 4-game winning streak to close out our season. This included our second win over Lake Region in a thriller in front of an always hostile crowd, a dominant performance from our seniors on senior night against the reigning state champions, Grey New Gloucester, and then we traveled to the Expo as the 6th seed and defeated the 3-seeded Greeley Rangers in a game where we held our opponents to 30 points and played one of the best games I've witnessed in a long, long time. We ultimately were defeated by the eventual state champions in the semifinals, but for a few weeks there, these boys had us all believing that they could beat anybody. I'm incredibly grateful for the legacy that this senior class is leaving behind. This class has been a part of 4 straight trips to the Expo and countless memories I will hold on to forever. I would like to personally thank Matthew Kim, AJ Navarro, Bojan Bundovsky, Hugo Cantalejo Delgado, Michael Malia, and Jagger Helwig for the lasting impact each of you have had on this program. This sincere thank you also extends to the greatest and most kind managers in the state of Maine, Jocelyn Roy and Delaney Forrest. We are so grateful for all you're able to bring to this program, and we will miss you both greatly next season. This is truly the most selfless and dedicated class of players and managers I have ever been around, and I consider us very lucky that they were a part of our program. We wish you all nothing but success as you move on to do great things. I would also like to take a quick moment to thank our AD, John Gordon, for providing our staff with this amazing opportunity to lead this great team, and also for the countless hours he and Alyssa Harden spent to make this season run so well. I would also like to thank Jess Werner and Briley Young, who without them, we would not have been physically up for the challenges that each season brings. I would also like to thank all the parents and the families for your support of this program, believing in our coaching staff, and letting us be a part of your child's journey. We are very lucky to have so many great people in the Freiburg community that are willing to go above and beyond for these boys. Thank you to the players and to this community for making this season as memorable as it was. So, without further ado, I know I like to talk a lot, we can move on to our award winners, all right? Our first award is the Coaches Award, and the Coaches Award, chosen by Coach Darling and myself, this season, it's going to a young man who has been an absolute pleasure to coach and get to know over these past 4 seasons. He was someone you never had to worry about doing the right thing. He was a great teammate. He did whatever was asked of him and would consistently do whatever the team needed him to. He was willing to do anything he could to improve and help his team get better. Most nights, he would find himself having to guard the other team's best guard on defense, and even having to do that, he would still end up leading us in scoring on offense. But he never cared about that. He just wanted to do whatever he could to help our team win. Through his hard work and dedication to the game, he ended up being one of our best players on the court. But since I have known him, he has consistently been one of the best people off the court. What speaks to this guy's character the most is that the past 2 seasons, this guy led our team in scoring. And in those 2 years, I don't think he asked for the ball a single time. All he wanted to do was play the game the right way, and that's exactly what he did. All I know is I'm incredibly thankful for the lasting impression he made on this program, and I consider myself extremely lucky that I got to be his coach. He was our team captain, an all-conference selection, and possibly, I might be biased, possibly the best 3-point shooter in Freiburg history. Congratulations, Jagger Helwig. And the second award for the boys basketball program is the Most Valuable Player Award. This is a guy who took a leap of faith and traveled to a new country to play the game that he loved the most. I had the pleasure of watching this guy come into this program as a junior and immediately make an impact on the court. His athleticism and his defensive instincts helped make him one of the best defenders in the state. The leap this guy's game made from junior year to senior year was truly astronomical, and every bit of the credit goes to him, because I've never seen someone work so hard and dedicate themselves to their game as much as this guy. This guy led our team in assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks, which he also led the entire conference in. And during our 4-game win streak to close out the season, he was simply incredible. He may have even recorded, I don't have the data for this, but he may have recorded the only triple-double in Freiburg basketball history. He was selected to the all-defensive team, also voted a team captain, and is this year's MVP. We're going to miss him a lot next year. Congratulations, Hugo Cantalejo Delgado. Thank you.
Congratulations, well done. On to girls basketball with Coach Stacy and Coach Sartori.
Hello. I won't bore everyone with all the same thank yous, but I do want to have a big shout out thank you to Briley. We may not have had the most wins in our season, but we were most certainly the most in shape. So thank you, Briley, for all your support. And our manager, Serafina. This is the first year I've had a manager, and you have no idea the difference that you made this year for Coach Sartori and I, so thank you very much. So we had a very unique season as far as the team structure. We really didn't have two separate teams. We really just ended up asking more of our girls physically and mentally. And though it wasn't easy, and it was very taxing on all our players at different times, at different levels, every player really did rise to the occasion. We practiced as one team the entire season, but more than half our team played both JV and varsity level games. And as all teams do, we had a sort of foundational building year. We enhanced our skills, our chemistry. We were mostly adjusting to a higher level of basketball. And we also had to face different challenges and became stronger together through adversity, like most teams do. But I'm extremely proud of this particular group, as I know Sarah, our JV coach, is as well. This is a group that coaches, when they say, I simply couldn't ask for more, they talk about this particular group. They care more about their team than their individual statistics. We never once had to wonder if they would put in 100% of their effort, even if we were down by a lot of points. And we know we will be a force to be reckoned with in the near future. We all believe that. And my expectations and my goals for these girls are high because they raise the bar literally every day at practice when I work with them. I feel incredibly lucky to be their coach and to be a part of the future of Freiburg Academy girls basketball. Lastly, I must recognize the amount of opponents, referees, parents from opposing teams that had to make time to approach me after these games. I distinctly remember Kennebunk, Brunswick, York, Wells, Yarmouth, Cape Elizabeth, all came up to me and had nothing to say but positive feedback about Freiburg Academy's work ethic and class. I had referees that reffed our first game and then also came back to ref our last game, and they shook my hand for so long. They had to make a point to say that they saw incredible improvements, and that they were really fun to watch. So I just think that deserves a round of applause, because getting a compliment from your competitor or a neutral party is really the best compliment you can ever have. So nice job, ladies. All right, so right on to my awards. The first award is the Coach's Award. This particular athlete really exhibits so many of those qualities that didn't have to be coached or taught, but rather just a super awesome bonus. I could genuinely rely on her every game, every practice, to do the little things that aren't actually so little in the game of basketball, like boxing out, fighting for rebounds, hustling, being a good teammate, being coachable, and being consistent. And as the challenges grew, as our game became more intense, she just never shied away from it. And I really think her greatest strength is how much people underestimated her because of her size. Because she played a forward position up against literally the tallest and strongest competitors in our conference. And she didn't get pushed around. She never complained once, and she held her own the whole season. And I just thank you for having my back and having your team's back, no matter what the challenge was, and we're going to sorely miss you, Rosalind Lounsbury. Okay, so the next, I have the Leadership Award, which should come to no surprise, who's awarded our Leadership Award this year, being our only captain and someone that continuously leads by example. I am truly honored and humbled by this person. Whenever I felt my blood was starting to boil, or I felt frustrated or uncertain about anything, I would turn to my captain, and she would always have the most thoughtful responses, and she would always bring it back to the value of her teammates. She has this way of putting the game in perspective, for me at least, that reminds me to always consider the experience of her teammates first and approach things with empathy. Her empathetic nature does not totally reflect the fire that she has on the court, however, so she has this perfect balance of humility and drive to win. Her leadership doesn't stop on the basketball court or on the soccer field or the lacrosse field. She's always this incredible role model to underclassmen, and will absolutely no doubt that she'll be a leader in some capacity as she leaves here and embarks on all her new adventures. So thank you for sharing your kindness, your hard work and dedication, and most of all, your love for this team. The Leadership Award goes to Phoebe Sophie.
Congratulations, they'll be fun to follow in the days ahead. Next, we have indoor track with Coach's Hope.
All right, hello everyone. We have had an incredible indoor track and field season, and I know for myself and the other coaches, we are very proud of what these student athletes have accomplished. I've had the pleasure of coaching alongside my wife, Coach Grin, and Coach Kevin McDonald. We had 36 athletes compete on the team, with a season that consisted of up to 9 track meets for some competitors. Included in that was a return to the USM New Year's Invitational, which was a great opportunity for our 12 athletes that went. Getting all that information for these meets, trying new things, and figuring out transport would not have been possible without the help of Mr. Gordon and Alyssa Harden. A huge thank you to them for their support throughout the season. Everyone on the team made significant improvements. This year we managed to get all event groups up to Briley, and I think that was a huge benefit to our training and the success of our athletes. So a huge thank you to her involvement in the program, and thanks to Jess Werner for keeping our athletes on their feet, as we had our fair share of hamstring and shin splint issues this season. We also had some great team leaders. Our captains were Hazel Lewis, Anna Carbone, Jacob Evelith, and Haruki Tagagi. They did a great job of leading our team and being examples of strong character and sportsmanship. We certainly felt the support from our athletic staff, our students, and our team parents who volunteered at meets and cheered on our athletes at competitions, so thank you for your involvement in our team. All this led up to some very exciting championship meets. There's a lot more that could be said, and so many others that made significant improvements that we are very proud of, so consider this a very condensed overview. At the WMC Championship meet, our girls came in fifth and our boys came in third out of 13 teams. We had 12 athletes come away with first, second, and third place finishes. Avery Barito, Haruki Takagi, Ty Boone, and Matthew Barito were recognized as first team all-conference, and Freddie Francis was recognized as second team all-conference. Avery was also recognized with the WMC Conference MVP for the junior division girls track events, and Haruki Tagagi was recognized as the conference MVP for the senior division boys track events. We took 13 athletes on to the Class B state championship. The girls came away with a 7th place finish with podium finishes from Avery and Eden True, and the 4x200 relay, which consisted of Anna Carbone, Reagan Wilson, Eden True, and Avery. The boys tied York for a 2nd place runner-up finish out of over 30 teams. The guys that contributed to that high finish were Matthew Barito, Freddie Francis, Jacob Evelith, Ty Boone, and Haruki Takagi. Freddie, Jacob, Ty, and Haruki also composed the 4x200 team that broke the school record. Our team was on the podium in 10 events, including Ty Boone being Class B state champ for his first season high jumping, and Avery being Class B state champ in her her 300 meter. That was at New England's champ in the 200 meter. She was undefeated in the event this season. Their marks qualified them to continue on to the New England Championship, where Avery took 19th in the 55 with a personal record and 10th in the 300 meter, having the fastest time in Maine. Ty Boone was 15th in high jump, jumping 6 foot 1 inches, and the 4th highest jump for Maine. I always love all the competitive statistics and the results that we get from these meets, but there is a lot more happening behind these numbers as our athletes dealt with nerves, excitements, disappointments, and what it means to strive towards goals. It's been an honor to get to know the kids on this team and watch them develop, not only in this sport, but in their character and personalities, and I'm encouraged and motivated by each one of them. Moving on to awards, we actually have 4 Raider awards. There's a junior division and senior division, as that's how we compete in indoor track. So I will start with the senior division girls. This coach's award goes to a senior girl who has been a constant on the team for many years. When she started, the team was pretty small. She showed so much promise, though, that even as a sophomore, we made her a captain on the team, and she's been leading this team ever since. She has been competitive in the 200 and 400 meter and the lead leg of our 4x2. In recognition of her dedication to the team and her athletic achievement, this coach's award goes to Anna Carbone. All right, moving on to the Junior Division Girls Award. This award goes to a phenomenal athlete who is breaking records and snagging medals. As of this season, she holds the school indoor track and field records for the 55 meter, 200 meter, and 300 meter, and has been recognized as part of Varsity Maine's all-state indoor track team as she had the fastest high school girls 200 meter statewide. This MVP award goes to Avery Barito. Moving on to the boys senior division, this MVP award goes to a stand-up athlete that pays attention to detail. He won every 200 meter up to the state championship, where he placed second and third in the 55 meter. He was our highest scoring male athlete and a captain of the team. He often stayed after practice to further hone his skills and showed true dedication to his events. This award goes to Haruki Takagi. And finally, the last award goes to an up-and-coming athlete who has made some incredible progress this season and is already contributing to the team in big ways. This young man is driven to perform his best both in practice and at meets. He was our top junior division performer, and we look forward to seeing what he can do in the future. This award goes to Matthew Barito. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to the other teams.
Great congratulations on to alpine skiing with Coach Dyer, and possibly Coach Barnaby, but Coach Dyer's leading the way.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? Well, first off, we want to first off thanks to the athletic department, John and everyone really helping us organize everything and keep everyone healthy and strong. So, first off, I want to start with the ladies. This year, we had a lot of good success, a lot of good improvement. And there's a lot of strong skiing this season, and I'm really impressed with the amount of effort and energy we've seen put in all through the season. The ladies have had several wins all through our regular season. Managed a third place at our Western Maine Conference and fifth place overall at the states this year. And it really has been wonderful to see, them improve and work together through this season. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet tonight. So we're going to start off with the Most Improved Award for the ladies. This individual, we saw a lot of thought process, a lot of energy put into every turn, and definite improvement through the different events we had. And our most improved this year is Una Davidson. The second award tonight is the Coaches Award. This young woman, you know, she's always put in a lot of energy. She's always been there to help each other, her teammates out. She's scored one of the top scorers for our team in every race consistently. And this senior will be missed next year. Mirabelle Knowles. On the men's side this season, we had one incredible season. With the exception of our states and one of our regular season races, we won everything. That was quite impressive. They just kind of owned it this season. I can't say much else beyond that. The amount of energy I saw put in, and just the sheer focus, has been astounding. And let's go on to awards. So this year, most improved award. This one was particularly difficult this season because there were a lot of people could have taken this, and the one individual we really thought constantly was asking us for input, trying to work hard every turn, day in, day out, is Miles Davidson, for most improved. And lastly, another Coaches Award this year. Another senior who's really put a lot of effort in, not just this year, but all 4 years he's skied for us. And, been consistent all through the season, always trying to work hard to push himself, push his teammates, and, only missed out on making it to the All-States shootout race that qualifies for New England by one place. And it was kind of a bummer seeing that, but the energy he's put in has really been worthwhile. Coaches Award this year goes to Chandler Thorne. And that's it for me. Have a good night.
Thank you. Next, our Nordic ski program highlighted by Coach Chase.
All right. Unfortunately, the Nordic head coach, John Weston, was unable to make it tonight, so I'll be reading our remarks in his stead. First, thank you to the folks in the athletics department for their support this season. John Gordon, Alyssa, Jess, Barley, and Tanner, we appreciate you. Like it or not, each year the Nordic season is ultimately defined by snowfall. Without the ability to make snow, Nordic teams are completely at the mercy of nature to provide us with the ability to train and compete. This year, we were gifted with early snow and a more traditional winter with cold temperatures all season. This allowed for on-snow training to begin in early December and continue through the entire race season. We were lucky, though, as the rest of our conference and much of the state was without snow for most of January. The result of this was that every conference race we had this season was held at our home course at Starks Mountain. Our boys team is currently the strength of the program, with a mixture of upper and lower classmen. The team is deep and still relatively young. The group's strongest race this season was at conference championships, finishing second only behind the eventual state champions from Yarmouth. In addition, 4 of our boys qualified for the Maine State U16 championships, which means that 1/6 of the entire state boys team was composed of Freiburg Academy athletes. We also have 2 special mentions. The first is Serena Danucci. Serena had the distinction of being the entire girls' race team this season. Nordic skiing can be an unforgiving sport, even with teammates, but having to train and prepare for races without peers makes it even more difficult. Despite this, Serena made noteworthy progress in her first season, and we certainly expect more to come. So a round of applause for Serena. The second honorable mention is our one senior leaving us this year, Owen Reinbach. Owen has been a 4-year member of the team and has worked to become an accomplished racer and a team leader. He increased his training in the off-season, but a broken wrist in the fall was a tough setback. Regardless, he achieved all-conference status and will be greatly missed next year. Round of applause for Owen. So we have 2 individual awards to present. The first will be Most Improved Skier. Gauging Most Improved can use a wide set of criteria. This recipient improved his results, but also his overall approach to training and growth as a racer is what set him apart this season. He's a talented skier and earned all-conference status and a second trip to the U16 New England Championships. He was noticeably more focused at practice, and it showed in races, with an added level of refinement. He will only be a junior next year, and we anticipate he will further advance into the top grouping of Maine racers. This year's Most Improved Nordic Boys Skier is sophomore Oren Monteith. The second award is Most Valuable Skier. It's always easiest for a coach to choose awards when the choice is clear, and this is one of those years. This athlete was our #1 racer all season. He was an all-conference, finishing 5th in the championship pursuit race. He solidly established himself in the top tier of Maine skiers this year. Reaching this level is a big achievement, but it also means that the competition is equally as accomplished. As he moves into his senior year and continues to climb in the standings, gaining seconds in a race means training for hours in preparation. He has a lot to look forward to, both as an individual and a leader of a strong returning boys team. This year's most valuable Nordic boys skier is junior Will McDonald. Lastly, I would like to thank the incredibly supportive group of parents who attended so many of our races, providing support and delicious food. They braved bitter cold, high winds, long drives, and ravenous skiers to be there with us, and we appreciate you so much. We look forward to a strong season next year, and just as an added note, we will have a team awards ceremony on Monday with Coach Weston, where we'll do our varsity letters, pins, and superlatives. Thank you.
Well done. On to coaches Thurston and DeFazio presenting on behalf of the wrestling program.
First off, I would like to thank a few of the countless people who helped make this season of FA Wrestling one of its most successful seasons in over 10 years. Thank you to Jess Werner and Briley Walker for helping our athletes recover and regain strength throughout the season. Thank you to the parents of our wrestlers, particularly Mackenzie Woodward, Samantha Ziegler, Kimberly Morton, and Allison Leach, for providing food and drink for our wrestlers throughout the year, and also a buffet of food at the regional tournament. Thank you to former wrestling champs Joe Fox, Josh Andrews, and Derek Chase for volunteering countless hours in the room, helping us teach technique and being great training partners for our wrestlers. Thank you to former FA wrestling coaches Jeff Leach and Bryce Thurston. The advice and coaching encouragement that our wrestlers received from both of you throughout the season was invaluable to this program. Thank you again to John Gordon for not only being a great AD, but also lending priceless words of advice and encouragement throughout the season. We as a community are extremely lucky to have John as the AD for Freiburg Academy. His success reaches far beyond the state of Maine, especially in the wrestling community. Thank you, John. Lastly, I'd like to thank Coach Gio DeFazio. Gio and I were teammates at Freiburg Academy Wrestling in 2010 and 2011, and co-assistant coaches these past few seasons. We've become good friends and share a vision of rebuilding this program into a championship team year after year. There's no other guy I'd rather have yell at the refs in the corner with me. Thank you, Gio. Gio and I started this season thinking it would be a rebuilding year, considering we only had 4 upperclassmen who had more than 2 years of experience. As time went on, we started to realize the potential of our wrestlers. This all starts with leadership at the top. Captains Callum Preston, Preston Field, and Lincoln Perez bought into our strategy early, leading our other wrestlers to buy in as well. I will now share with you just a few of the great accomplishments our kids did this year. First, our upperclassmen. Both Callum Preston and Preston Field took giant steps forward this year due to hard work both in and out of season. Both wrestlers ended up winning far more matches this year against opponents they had previously lost to, and both ended up finishing 5th in this year's B-South Regional Championship. They should be proud of their accomplishments. Lincoln Perez fought valiantly through an illness that kept him from competing the majority of his senior season. I know Lincoln had lofty goals this season, but he should be proud considering he finished 6th in the regional championships after not being seeded high due to a limited number of matches. Our underclassmen thrived as the season went on, many of whom were thrust into a starting position before they were ready due to open weight classes. After months of hard work, they began to make giant strides, and the fruits of their labor paid off when it mattered most. After not winning a match in last year's regional championship, sophomore Clinton Trussell went on to finish runner-up in this year's regionals, and he eventually took 3rd place in the Class B state championship. We look forward to Clinton continuing to improve as a wrestler and become a leader of this team going forward. Freshman Brandon Gagnon started the season by competing at the 126-pound weight class, despite weighing in well under 120. About halfway through the season, his hard work paid off, and he became talented enough to win the starting job at 113 pounds. Brannick went into the regional championship as a low-seeded wrestler, and despite having missed most of the week due to the flu, had one of the biggest upset wins of the year, defeating the eventual Class B state's 3rd-place winner by fall. Brannick ended the season finishing 6th at regionals, and we have high hopes for him in his future. These are just a few highlights of our season. I could go on and on about all the great things this team has accomplished this past year, but I'll just try to sum it up in a few more words. These young men and women answered the call to action every time Gio and I asked them to. At the beginning of the season, we had several ups and downs, including severe sickness that seemed to affect the entirety of the school. By the end of the season, we were mostly healthy and finished 3rd out of 16 teams in the Class B Regional Championship, including 2 regional champions in Adrian Luck and Giza LeBlancs, runner-up Clinton Trussell, and we had 3 5th-place finishers as well in Isaiah Chisholm, Preston Field, Callum Preston, as well as 2 6th-place finishers in Brandon Gagnon and Lincoln Perez. In the state tournament, we tied for 8th out of 29 teams, with all 3 qualifying wrestlers placing in their respective weight classes. Adrian Luck finished 4th, Clinton Trussell 3rd, and Giza LeBlancs was your 285-pound Class B state champion. Giza would go on to become an all-state champion and finish 4th in all in New England. Giza's effort in New England's was good enough to put Freiburg Academy in the top third of all schools competing in the 140-plus team event. He also becomes only the 3rd Freiburg Academy wrestler to ever podium at New England's. I'm extremely proud of this team. Not only are they talented athletes, but their character and personalities made every day in the room a positive experience. To the underclassmen, thank you for your maturity and dedication throughout the whole season. Be proud of the accomplishments you made this season, but don't rest on your laurels. We will be back and work harder than ever before. This starts by getting in the weight room, participating in other sports, and realizing the potential you have to be a champion. I highly encourage anyone who is not competing in a fall wrestling club to join the football team. Football players make good wrestlers, and vice versa. I wish all my seniors well as they leave Freiburg Academy, and I hope they look back fondly on this season as I do. And now for some awards. First award, the Underclassmen Award. This award was by far the toughest decision we had as coaches to make, as there are so many great young athletes to choose from. This is by far the best young core of wrestlers that Freiburg has seen in many years, many of whom made a tremendous impact through the success that this team had throughout the season. As a coaching staff, we decided to shed light on one of our more underappreciated young wrestlers on our team. About halfway through the season, this wrestler approached Gio and I with a preposterous statement. He wanted more mat time with Giza. Anyone that has watched Giza wrestle this year can attest to the fact that this is certifiably insane, but fortunately for us, this specific wrestler is the definition of a team-first guy. At the beginning of the season, he started for us at 190 pounds, despite only weighing in the low 180s. He did this because we had a hole in our lineup, and even though he was giving up all that weight and only had a couple weeks of wrestling experience, he wanted the opportunity to help the team fill a spot. For a first-year wrestler to not only fluctuate weight, but also train with the best heavyweight in Maine while giving up countless years of experience and over 70 pounds in the wrestling room every single day, it's more than I could ever ask for. We appreciate everything you've done for the team and for helping Giza achieve such high levels of success. We can't wait to see you have your own success in the next 2 years, so please help me welcome to the stage a recipient of this year's Underclassmen Award, Gabe Smith. Our next award is the Sheehan Award, named after the most successful wrestling family Freiburg Academy has ever seen. Connor and Zach Sheehan combined for 5 state championships from 2011 through 2013. Connor was a 3-time state champion, and he also placed in New England's all 3 of those years, finishing 4th twice before becoming the only Freiburg Academy wrestler to ever win the New England title. Zach Sheehan won states in both his freshman and sophomore year before moving on to wrestle at one of the best high school prep wrestling schools in the country. The reason that I am recounting the history for you all tonight is because even though we only had him for 1 season, the recipient of this year's Sheehan Award had one of the most dominant seasons ever by a Freiburg Academy wrestler. He finished his career at FA with a record of 37-3, with only one of those losses coming by someone in the state of Maine. He later would then go on to beat that same wrestler 3 times in a row to end the season. He won every Maine tournament he competed in. He won the Franklin Savings Bank tournament, where he also took the Outstanding Wrestler. He won the regional championship. He's a state champion, an all-state champion, and he placed 4th at New England's this past weekend. Not only are his results impressive, but his work ethic and character are second to none. His character shined through adversity that would bother most to a breaking point. We heard the noise throughout the season. Is he really even 18? Harmless jokes by most, but some started attacking the legitimacy of his success. After one of his matches, the parents of a coach he had just whooped on demanded to see his ID, claiming that he shouldn't even be participating in the event. Most kids would let these ridiculous rumors affect their performance. If anything, he used them as motivation for his success. During winter break, he went home to Hungary for 2 weeks. For most wrestlers, missing extended time during the season is detriment. However, he continued to train when no one was there because he's a champion through and through. This year's recipient of the Sheehan Award goes to Giza LeBlancs. Giza's with his family right now. He's not here. Thank you.
Great stories and great success. Now we'd like to recognize our Mount Washington Valley program skiers with coaches Gregory, Morin, and Scanlon.
Hi, folks. Thanks for having us tonight. My name is Mike LeBlanc. I'm the director of the Mount Washington Valley Alpine Education Foundation. I just wanted to, again, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight, and a huge thanks to John Gordon, Dave Kenny, Joe Manning, Christina DiPietro, and Tucker Barnaby for the outrageous amount of support that they've showed us and they provide to these MWV ski team athletes and families. I wanted to chat with you just quick about our organization, our program, and the affiliation with Freiburg and what these young folks are really up to all season when they're missing all this school. We're a nonprofit, and we're dedicated to developing ski racers that have the goal of skiing competitively after high school. Our club has around 150 members aged 6 to 18. We have a children's program as well that skis at Cranmore. These athletes ski at Cranmore, Attitash, Wildcat occasionally, and occasionally Bretton Woods as well. The skiers that are our full-time Freiburg Academy students, participants, they've essentially chosen one of the most intense and demanding programs in the country. And since I'm usually speaking to groups of folks that understand our sport, or club members and parents and other ski racers and that sort of thing, this is unique because it gives us an opportunity to speak to folks that probably don't totally understand our sport. How many skiers are out there, or snowboarders, just in general? That's a lot. All right. How many people have been to a ski race before, an alpine ski race? Not bad. Well, ski racing is a little bit of a crazy pursuit if you actually think about it. Most winter sports don't take place outdoors on the side of a mountain where the weather's chaotic and unpredictable. These athletes essentially bolt on 200-centimeter skis with razor-sharp edges and launch themselves down steep slopes from the top of the mountain where the race surface is literally the same consistency as an ice hockey rink, at up to 60 miles an hour. We literally have to line the entire side of our race trails with 7-foot-high fencing that's essentially akin to large fishing nets to catch these guys when they blow out of the racetrack at 50 miles an hour, which is why we have big guys like Richie and Dave hanging around to lift all that in all the time. It's not an easy task. Ski racing is also a gravity-fed, entirely gravity-dependent sport. Our skiers spend a lot of time traveling to the mountain, getting their gear on in the lodge, riding the chairlift, and skiing to and from the training and race venue every day for what boils down to a pretty small amount of time when you're actually in the ski racing course. When you think about it, you're at a ski race all day, a competition, for what maybe amounts to 2 minutes total of actual competition time, where one teeny error will mean the difference between success or failure on your day. Calling it a mentally challenging sport doesn't really do it justice to the nerve-wracking nature of the sport, both from an inherently physically dangerous point of view, but also from a sports psychology perspective. These kids are striving to be technically perfect every run while doing a sport that has a very serious mechanism of injury if they crash out. In short, what these guys do is it's pretty gnarly and rewarding. Our MWV skiers compete on the Eastern Circuit of U.S. skiing, which is essentially the most competitive region in the country. Ski racing is an individual sport, and these folks have the opportunity to compete with elite level skiers throughout the season. For example, a freshman in high school may show up to the first Eastern ranking race as a first-year U16 and have college athletes in the field. This past Monday and Tuesday, we actually hosted 2 races at Attitash, internationally sanctioned races, at Attitash, where there were 2 college athletes that had just last week competed in the NCAA skiing championship. And there's also 2 national team members there. So it's a pretty unique opportunity for these folks. It's an incredibly challenging, like I said, inherently dangerous pursuit that when done well is one of the most rewarding experiences you can have as a human. We're very, very proud of all of our skiers this year. They're an amazing group of kids, and they've coalesced into really dedicated athletes, and incredible team players that care about each other and support each other throughout the season. I'm going to turn it over to a few of these guys to present some awards, and thank you again for having us.
Good evening, everybody. The first award we're going to present tonight is our most outstanding female skier. This young lady had an extremely successful season last season in her first year with our club, and took that as a challenge this year to broaden her horizons and reach a new level. We, as a coaching staff, see her train hard every day in the preseason, off-season, both on the hill and off the hill in the weight room. She has taken a leadership role with our midweek skiers as our older athletes are away training. She leads by example every day, and you can see all of our young athletes follow her lead and raise their results as well. Our most outstanding female skier is McKenna Lennon.
All right, so our second award that we are giving out is to an incredible young lady. It'll be Most Improved Female. She's always at training, working on her skiing, run after run, on the course, outside of the course. Doesn't matter if it's sunny outside or raining, snowing, sleeting, bulletproof snow, or really soft snow. She's out there with a smile on her face. She's usually one of the first people on the hill, and
Our next award is the Men's Most Improved Skier of the Year. And just to reiterate what Mike said, I mean, skiing is a tremendously challenging sport, particularly when you factor in the weather and what the kids are dealing with on a day-to-day basis, from blizzards, sub-zero temperatures at Sugarloaf not too long ago. So they have to be totally committed to the sport. This young man I've had the pleasure of working with the last 2 years has worked extremely hard, and it's finally starting to pay off this season. He's had some incredible results and has worked tremendously hard. He brings grit and determination to every practice, shows up with a smile on his face, no matter if he's skiing well, not skiing well. The award goes to Liam Cummings.
So if you told me last year that this next athlete would be receiving the most outstanding skier, I'd be unsurprised. What's impressed me the most this year and the coaching staff is the amount that he's matured both as a skier but as a team leader and a young man. I've watched this guy go from being too frustrated to link more than 2 runs together at training to going out there and laying down 4 or 5 nearly perfect runs in a row and being able to make adjustments to his skiing, micro adjustments in the race course, in training at will. And if you're familiar with ski racing, this is something that takes folks an entire career to master, and this guy's got some time left to go, and he's been able to do it this year. It's been really impressive, and it's been a massive pleasure to watch him this year turn into a cerebral skier. I'm really proud to say that Tucker Barnaby is on his way to great things in ski racing. Tucker Barnaby. Saints here. We also want to give one final shout out to a former MWV skier, full-time skier, who finished third in both the slalom and the giant slalom at the Maine State Meet of Champions, Merrick Yacazelli. We're hoping to get you back next year, Merrick. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach LeBlanc and staff, and congratulations, NWV skiers. Great job. Our girls co-op ice hockey players were unable to join us this evening as their multi-school program has an event. It is meaningful to note, however, on their behalf that they finished as a regional semifinal team, with Carlin Galligan receiving all conference honors and Azalea Grant receiving all conference and all state honors. So congratulations to those two. On the boys co-op ice hockey side, I will present the two team awards on their coaches' behalf. First, this year's Boys Ice Hockey Coaches Award goes to Jakobus Mustavicius. And I think he's studying right now. He's home studying tonight, so I'll find him and give him that award. And dedicated four-year veteran player Seamus Coleman is the recipient of our Ice Hockey Unsung Hero Award. Seamus. Congratulations to all of our award recipients. We're proud of you and proud to have you represent Freiburg Academy. Next, we will recognize and congratulate Raider student athletes named to the Western Maine Conference All-Academic Team. This list includes senior athletes, student athletes, who have maintained a 3.2 GPA or higher. When I call your name, please come to the front and receive your certificate from Mr. Manning, and remain up front until all recognized have joined you. And there's 32 of you, so we'll have to be creative and spread out, and we'll get a picture of you as a group. AJ Navarro, basketball. Bohan Bondovsky, basketball. Hugo Delgado, basketball. Jagger Helwig, basketball. Matthew Kim, basketball. Michael Malia, basketball. Manager Jocelyn Roy, basketball. Rosalind Lounsbury, basketball. Phoebe Sartori, basketball. Anna Carbone, indoor track. Aiden Clement, indoor track. Freddie Francis, indoor track. Lillian Hicks, indoor track. Hazel Lewis, indoor track. James Luigi, indoor track. Ricardo Schultz, indoor track. Haruki Takagi, indoor track. Giza Labance, wrestling. Sandra Luck, wrestling. Adrian Luck, wrestling. Callum Preston, wrestling. Don't confuse these two. Owen Reinbach, Nordic. Tommaso Bassarini, Alpine. Danielle Kanzi, Alpine. We still may have to spread down some. Bohan, we still may need to wind it around there a little bit. Russell Cabanaro, Alpine. Lorenzo Dubiaso, Alpine. Holden Edenbach. Reed Irwin, Alpine. Mirabelle Knowles, Alpine. Juliana Pacini, Alpine. And Chandler Thorne, Alpine.
Voice down in front on a knee. Girls stand.
There we go. That's why they call her athletes.
Congratulations. You're welcome to stay up there. Congratulations, and I think that's one of our largest academic all-conference groups, at least in the recent past, so we're very proud of that also. Now on to Western Maine Conference all-conference and all-state selections. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate and remain up front until your fellow selections have joined you and we can get a picture. McKenna Lennon, MWV Ski, All-State. Merrick Iacozili, Alpine, all conference. Carlin Galligan, girls ice hockey all conference. I know Colin's not here tonight, but we're proud of her. And Azalea Grant, girls ice hockey, was all conference and all state. She also is not here tonight, but congratulations to both of them. Will McDonald, Nordic, all conference. Owen Reinbach, Nordic, all conference. Oren Monteith, Nordic, all conference. Hugo Delgado, basketball, all conference. Jagger Helwig, basketball, all conference. Bohan Bondovsky, basketball, all conference. Haruki Takaji, indoor track, all conference and all state. Avery Barito, indoor track, all conference and all state. Freddie Francis, indoor track, all conference. Freddie's not studying. I think he's working out, though, so it's all right. Ty Boone, indoor track, all conference and all state. Matthew Barito, indoor track, all conference. Giza Labans, wrestling, all state and all New England. And Giza is not here tonight, but we look forward to celebrating him. Clinton Trussell, wrestling, all state. And Adrian Luck, wrestling, all state. Congratulations to that group of distinguished student athletes. And we will wrap up the evening with recognition of our latest round of 3-star jacket recipients. Concluding the winter season, these student athletes have earned 3 varsity letters. As I call your name, please come to the front and receive your jacket. And I'll ask that you remain up here until all recipients have been recognized and we can get a picture. So 3-star jacket recipients, Preston Field. Lily Hicks. No. Callum Preston. Lily Bryan. Brady Chappell. Isaiah Chisholm. Annabelle Bachman. Avery Barito. Sophie Bondarev. Cody Davis. Lexi Gagnon. Azalea Grant, who's not here tonight, but Azalea, congratulations. And Matthew Mitchell. All right, let's get a picture of this group. Let's see. We need some down in front. Can we do that? Congratulations on this meaningful accomplishment. Wear your jackets with pride. That concludes our Winter Awards program for the evening. Once again, congratulations to all recognized tonight, and many thanks to our coaches and athletes. We're proud of all of you. Now on to the spring season. Keep building momentum. Have a good evening. Go Raiders.